Hey everyone, welcome. So you're in cybersecurity, and you know that picking your next certification, it's a huge decision. Today, we're going to tackle one of the biggest questions out there for anyone starting out or leveling up: GSEC versus Security Plus. Let's break down these two heavyweights and figure out which one is right for you.
So, here it is, the big question. GSEC or Security Plus? You know, both of these are amazing certs. They're both seen as major gateways into the security world. But, and this is a big but, they are built for totally different people with totally different career goals. And trust me, getting this choice right from the get-go is absolutely crucial. And I am not exaggerating when I say this. Seriously, the certification you pick right now, it can literally set the entire trajectory for your career. It shapes the jobs you can get, the doors that open up, and the advanced stuff you'll be able to tackle later. So yeah, let's make sure you've got all the info you need to nail this decision.
All right, let's meet the contenders. In one corner, we have the specialist, and in the other, the generalist. This is the perfect way to think about them, honestly. One is designed for really deep, specific tasks, while the other is all about that broad, do-it-all utility.
Okay, first up, let's talk about GSEC, the GIAC Security Essentials. Now this cert, it's not about just knowing the textbook stuff. No, this is about proving you can actually do the work. It's all about validating that you have those practical, hands-on skills to defend a network in a real-world, live-fire kind of situation.
So if you remember one thing about GSEC, it's this: technical depth. It's really aimed at pros who are already in IT or security and want to prove, without a doubt, that they've got serious skills. And how do they prove it? With this amazing feature called CyberLive. These are real lab simulations. So we've got this analogy for you. GSEC is like a cybersecurity scalpel. It's incredibly precise, super powerful, and built for a very specific technical job.
All right, now let's turn to our other contender, CompTIA Security Plus. People call this the gateway certification into cyber, and for a really good reason. It is globally recognized and it's vendor neutral. What that means is the stuff you learn, it applies everywhere, whether you're working with Cisco, Microsoft, or anything else. It's universal.
So the whole focus of Security Plus is building a wide, solid foundation. It's honestly perfect if you're an IT generalist looking to make that jump into a security role. It does have a hands-on part. They're called performance-based questions, or PBQs, which are basically simulations of real tasks. And that brings us to our analogy. If GSEC is the scalpel, Security Plus is the cybersecurity Swiss Army knife. It's versatile, it's reliable, and it's the one tool you definitely want in your pocket when you're starting out. Okay, we've met the players. Now it's time for the head-to-head breakdown. Let's really put these two to the test and get into the nitty-gritty, you know? The exam structure, the cost, what it's actually like to sit for these things.
This right here, this shows you the entire philosophy behind each exam. On one side, you've got GSEC. We're talking a 4-hour marathon. And yeah, it's open book, but don't you dare think that makes it easy. With those intense hands-on labs, you won't have time to look anything up if you don't already know it. Then you have Security Plus, which is more like a 90-minute sprint. It's closed book, and it's testing you on a huge range of topics with multiple choice and simulations. And wow, look at this. This chart just puts it right in your face. 240 minutes, that's 4 hours for GSEC compared to just 90 minutes for Security Plus. The GSEC exam isn't just a test of knowledge, it's a test of endurance. It's designed to see if you can perform super complex tasks under pressure for a really long time. It is a completely different beast. Okay, let's talk money, the investment. The GSEC exam voucher alone is going to set you back $949. Oof. And that price tag really tells you something. It reflects its close ties to the super premium SANS training and positions it as a very high-stakes, expert-level technical cert. And then you have Security Plus. The voucher for this one is $425. Now that's still an investment for sure, but it's less than half the cost of GSEC. This makes it way more accessible for, regular folks and companies, which is exactly why it's become the go-to foundational cert for so many people. Okay, this table really lays it all out, side by side. You can just see the difference in philosophy, right? GSEC is technical and hands-on. Security Plus is that vendor-neutral baseline. Look at the experience. They recommend a year in security for GSEC versus 2 years in general IT for Security Plus. That tells you a lot. The cost, the validity, GSEC is valid a year longer.
And here's a key point. Both are DoD approved, which is huge for government jobs. But that hands-on component, everyone knows the GSEC CyberLab labs are a whole other level of difficulty compared to the Security Plus PBQs. So, after all that, the million-dollar question is still on the table. Which path is yours? And remember, this isn't about which cert is better. That's the wrong question. It's about which one is better for you and where you want to go in your career. So let's build a little framework to help you decide. All right, let's make this simple. You should choose GSEC if you're craving that deep hands-on credential that screams, I can actually do this. You should choose it if you're already working in tech or security and you want to level up. It's also the clear choice if your goal is to get more advanced SANS or GIAC certs down the road. And finally, go for GSEC if you're okay with that bigger upfront investment for what is arguably a huge long-term value. Now, on the flip side, you should probably choose CompTIA Security Plus if you are just starting your whole cybersecurity journey. It's the perfect launch pad. Choose it if you want that globally recognized, speaks every language kind of cert. It's also your pick if you need a more budget-friendly way to get in the door. And finally, it's the right choice if you prefer a shorter exam that uses simulations instead of those super intense, full-on labs.
Okay, decision made. You've picked your champion. So what's next? Well, now you've got to prepare to pass the thing. And this part is just as critical as the choice you just made. It's all about prepping smarter, not just harder.
So you've picked your cert, you're committed, but are you actually ready to pass it? Because let's be real, confidence is everything here. Passing either GSEC or Security Plus takes smart, focused prep. So how do you make sure you walk into that exam room knowing you're going to knock it out of the park on your first attempt?
Well, this is where using a modern prep tool can be a total game changer. Take something like FlashGenius. It's not just another question bank that throws random questions at you. No way. It actually builds an AI-guided learning path that's tailored just for you. You get realistic exam simulations, so there are no surprises on test day. And my favorite part, it has an AI-powered smart review that helps you turn every single mistake into a genuine learning moment.
And just look at this comparison. It really spells it out. When you put FlashGenius up against some of the other options out there, the difference is just, well, it's obvious. That AI-guided learning path, that smart review feature, a database of common mistakes so you don't fall into the same traps as everyone else, you just don't get that stuff with the older platforms. It's simply a more modern, more effective way to get ready.
And I think this quote really gets to the heart of it, because at the end of the day, it's not just about passing an exam, is it? It's about actually mastering the material so you can walk into your job and be awesome at it. The right kind of prep is about deep understanding, making sure that knowledge actually sticks with you for your entire career. So, whether you've decided to wield the specialist scalpel with GSEC or carry the generalist Swiss Army knife with Security Plus, you know your path. The only question left is, are you ready to get that confidence boost you need? Are you ready to prep the right way, pass that exam, and seriously level up your career? The choice is yours.